Fridays, my boss is here giving me a chance to talk about something that's been weighing on me. This week, we brought you the story of a young man, Adrio Romine, whose life took the worst left turn possible. At 17, he took his own life. And if you think that this young man was down on his luck, you would be wrong. He was valedictorian of his graduating class at Chandler High School. He had a full ride to college and had dreams of going to medical school. And then, if what his mother believes is true, someone out there on the internet convinced him to kill himself. The internet, as we all know, is equal parts wonderful and terrible, informative and destructive. It can offer life-saving information, but in the wrong hands, it can be deadly. Here at 12, maybe you've seen the spots that have started airing. We are going to take a stand against bullying, trolls, and those who dwell anonymously in the nether regions of the web. Cowards who have no emotional, spiritual, or physical skin in the game other than to see who they can hurt and possibly who they can kill. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for kids ages 10 and up. More teens and young adults die from suicide than from cancer, birth defects, and chronic lung disease combined. And each day, every single day, there are over 3,000 attempts by young people in grades 9 through 12. And it's not just suicide, it's the bullying. We all know that mean kids have always been around, but back in the day, they'd stalk their victims in the halls, and there were ways to avoid them. Now, with social media and phones, our kids carry these bullies around with them 24 hours a day, and there is no way to escape it. And the vulnerability is that all kids want to be accepted and liked by their peers. And so, wittingly or unwittingly, the bullies seize on that and wreak their havoc, not knowing if the next rumor they start about someone is the one that might send a kid over the edge. From one parent to another, I implore you, even at the expense of having your teen or preteen accuse you of invading their privacy, monitor their social media and talk to them. The older our kids get, the more we tend to sit back and let them take the reins. After all, they're young adults and we trust them. But fact is, it's the others out there that we need to worry about. We're supposed to be the grown-ups. Let's all stand together and try to put an end to this.